Alright, hello there everybody, this is Cholera, and welcome to set 3 of KAIST versus Tsinghua University. We've got here Blood playing for KAIST, and he is a Protoss player, and we've got GB playing for Tsinghua University. This is very exciting, of course. Tsinghua University somehow up 2-0 against a pretty formidable, Korean team by the nature of being Korean and a college in Korea. I mean, that is just formidable by itself, and we'll see. We'll see what happens here in Protoss versus Zerg here on Colosseum once again. Definitely going to be interesting to watch, and it's certainly, even though I do know the results of these games, I don't know what happens in them, so it's certainly going to be interesting. And for those of you who are watching them for the first time, of course, you guys don't know the results, so you'll be surprised. In general, we generally do not like casting when we know the results, but here it's a case where Voice of Esports, which is Moltrap, Diggity, Klazart, and me, are doing all of the coverage of the Cotter Cup. So no matter what, we are going to be doing all the games, and certainly it's fine because to see the different ranges of play is pretty interesting. Also, between the very good foreigners and the not so very good foreigners, let's just put it that way. Anyway, we've got a drone scout, early drone scout, by the way. That's what I was trying to point out, from GB. It's because he's going to go for a pretty early pool. I think that was a 9 pool. No, actually, I think it was an overpool. Never mind. It's an overpool. Yeah. And it seems that we're going to see a rather late scout for Blood. He did it after putting down his forge, which is fine also, though. Especially on this map, Colosseum II, where it's pretty easy for the Protoss to go for a fast expand. They can just block off with even one cannon is effective. And he's going to see this spawning pool here without gas, actually. Interesting. So GB not going to go for speedlings. Instead, we're going to see an expansion being put down. And this is forcing Blood to go for 2 cannons. Oh my goodness, though, look at this. I don't know if this is going to work out, though. But certainly, GB likes doing this. I've seen it later, too, to be honest. But you'll see. We'll see whether this does anything. I don't know if it will. These probes are being tasked to kill it, and I think they will on time. It might disrupt the economy slightly, but that's going to be it. Yep, he's going to cancel it. Yeah, out of an overpool, I don't think this ever works. I think the timing just isn't right. I think if you're going to try to do this, you need to do like at least a 9 pool, if not something faster. I think maybe like a 8 pool or 7 pool, and this could work. But certainly, that did not do anything, and that cost him a pretty penny too. 1 drone and 75 minerals for the spore colony, creep colony, plus another 13 minerals lost for the sunken cancel. Anyway, bunch of lings coming up, and they still don't manage to stop the scouting probe here from Blood. Meanwhile, GB has double expanded, picking up his natural and his second natural. So other than that sunken rush, it's a pretty standard opening, and actually it's done some good. It's made Blood paranoid. As you can see here, Blood being very paranoid, keeping 4 probes up. He actually does not need that, especially if he's noticing like, hey, there's 6 lings chasing my 1 probe. These guys can go back to work, but he's pulling 3 back. That's correct. And we're going to see a gas here for GB. And we'll see how good this scout is, if it's going to be a Bisu probe or not. Of course, Bisu probes are the ones that live forever inside your base. And they're also the ones with the best hair. But this one looks like it's not going to really do it. Anyway. Nexus going up for Blood, and he's got a Zealot coming out, and gas is done for him. So other than that deviation, it's a very standard opening for both. And I really would say that Blood is slightly ahead because of the mistake, but not by much. Early evolution chamber, GB, man, he loves doing this. Whether he's doing it off with 4 hatches or 3 hatches, You know, I'll basically tell you, he likes this a lot, and he likes going for the early evolution here so he can get the fast +1, as we're seeing right now, the fast +1 attack. That's what I was going to finish with, because he for some reason he thinks that's a. I mean, it's not a bad build. He just gets it really early, though, and I think it's a little too early to be worth it. Because, look, he doesn't even have a den yet when he does this. And delays the rest of his tech. And it's not like +1 attack makes your Hydras that powerful, you know? It's not the end-all, be-all. And really, it's not like +1 attack for Protoss, which is very, very important. Or +1 Carapace if you're going Lings. That's important. But +1 range attack, I mean, it boosts the Hydra's power by 1/10, and it's not that much, you know. But he likes it. He's now getting a 4th hatch, and this is the problem with his build, is that it just his tech is so slow. But whatever. We'll see if Blood can take advantage of that. He's got himself a Stargate coming up, and see, that's what I mean. Note that the den's not even done yet, so there could be actually some successful in-base harassment here from the Corsairs. Oh, looks like Blood managing to break out too. Nice Zealot micro by Blood, keeping all his lots alive. And this Overlord is going to go down. Meanwhile, GB has finished his 2nd expansion here, and he's going to go for a 4th hatchery, is that? Or a 5th hatchery, wow. 5-hatch build here, and the question is if he's going to go for a rush. And the second question is if he goes for a rush, will have any chance of success, or will, you know, will Blood be ready for it? Blood actually getting his Citadel of Adun fairly late in the game. It's because he built these couple of units here to get an early attack, but I don't think this early attack is going to do that much, given that GB can make a ton of Lings. But I think still that he should be able to get DTs out by the time those Hydras, you know, get massed up, and also get all their upgrades. No, I don't know what he's doing though. He needs to go and do something with this group of units here. He also needs to kill his Overlord, which is going to be critical coming up soon. The Corsair has no kills yet. Because this Overlord is going to be what is either going to allow or not allow GB to make an attack with his Zealots. I'm sorry, with his Hydras when DTs come out. And it looks like he's actually going to escort this Overlord, so this Overlord will survive. This is quite good for him. He manages to keep one Overlord alive around the base. Finally, we're seeing Lair Tech from GB. He really has built up a large economy here. On Colosseum II, if your opponent doesn't do anything, I guess this is viable. If your opponent doesn't attack early or, you know, at all, because he's really developed a very, very powerful economy. On the other hand, if your opponent's a little more savvy, they can go for a variety of things that take advantage of the fact that you have almost no tech. And certainly DTs is one of them, because you're not going to have speed overlords forever. So we're going to be seeing probably some DTs out, and that's going to stop this attack, but it might not actually. This one overlord is going to be very tricky. If they can stay alive, there could be a lot of trouble coming up for Blood. Although Blood, of course, could decide to go for Storm first. And also, this is the thing about GB. He likes going for this build. I have seen, you know, him do this several times, and he likes to not like build a lot of Hydras afterwards. It's interesting. It's like he waits forever to actually start building Hydras also. I mean, he builds 5 hatches and then he just chills. And he's actually getting taken out here pretty effectively, but I don't think it's going to work. Blood is just not got enough units to deal with this many Hydras that are going to be reinforcing. He really needs to get some tech. Like, Storm would be the ultimate counter, of course, against this massive, massive low-tech army. But this is not the counter, sending in your Zealots to fight, you know, in small groups. And yeah, this is going to get slaughtered here. That's a mistake from Blood, I think. Definitely a mistake. When you're fighting an opponent who has a lot of throwaway units, you definitely want to, you know, use your mass control units. Use your Reavers or your High Templar. He's got DTs out, but I think this is a bit late. we're probably going to see, well, actually, no. Speed is not being upgraded. This is the only Overlord out in the field, too. So if he takes that one out, then he could be able to just prevent GB from moving around. But it doesn't seem like he's doing that. Oh, man, this is disastrous. I don't even know if he has any DTs left, or if both of them are just wandering around the middle, because look at this. Now GB has the high ground overlooking the choke point, rather. Now a DT finally here, so that's going to start chopping away. But until until Blood builds up a larger force, he's not going to be able to take his second base even. But he has managed to do a good job of sneaking these DTs in. And are there any... Oh, there are some Overlords. It's not like the games I casted where there wasn't an Overlord in the main, and that cost somebody the game. You'll see who. But, ooh, this Overlord could go down, and if this Overlord goes down, that means this DT will be able to get a ton of kills. Nice work by Blood here, and it looks like he managed to get at least 2 there also. But with this one DT, he's managed to do a lot, and he's now still killing stuff. Wow, this DT is at 11 kills. That is just ridiculous. So 11 drone kills, and that is very, very good for Blood. I don't know if it's enough, because, whoa, it looks like he did some damage there, too. He must have sent in some Zealots at some point. He needs to pick up his third, though, to equalize this game. That was close to doing close to equalizing it, though, certainly, especially because GB has not managed to pick up a fourth of his own. So theoretically, if Blood can pick up the third quickly, he can get in the lead. There are going to be lurkers, though, and that could make it very hard for him to do that. He needs to get cannons up ASAP at that new location if he wants to be able to take it. That was a really good DT sneak, though, I gotta say. Tsinghua has been good at that. Hive going up now for GB. This is very early. Sorry, not Tsinghua, rather Blood was very good, I guess. I didn't see any other Koreans do it. But anyway, this is a pretty early Hive, especially after taking that economic hit that he just took. I don't know if he'll really be able to use it very well, but he's going for it anyway. Wow, +2 attack. Is he going to go for +3 attack? No, he's going to go for Carapace finally. Yeah, he really should get Carapace. But his Hydras are going to be pretty powerful. And his Lurkers also, of course, will be pretty powerful too. Going to do 24 damage per shot. Meanwhile, +2 attack for Blood's units. And there's the Lurker I was telling you about. This is going to be trouble for Blood. I don't know if he has a... Okay, he's just finished his observatory, but this is going to take down this base. Oh, but not if the storms manage to land perfectly. No, one Lurker's still alive, and that could be the deciding Lurker. Oh, a bunch of more Lurkers coming up. Nope, that Lurker gets stormed to death. So far, GB unable to take down that third. He's got a Lurker force coming in now again, but there's going to be a cannon up soon and observers out. So I think Blood should be okay, but maybe not. We'll see. He's got a ton of High Templar. He should be okay, I think. He just storms properly. There's one storm. Needs that second storm to come down, though. Oh, come on. You can do it. Go for the storm. Go for the storm before you lose your High Templar. Alright, so he doesn't actually get the storms off, and now GB continue to harass his new base. I don't think it's going to last very long, but there we go. Yeah, finally the observer is going to come out. But it's certainly done more damage than honestly it should have. I think with some better targeted storms, those Lurkers could have all gone down. But I don't know why GB's doing this. He's sending in waves of units instead of like sending all of them in to support. Oh, and this is bad. This is just bad here. Bad news, and that's going to kill the rest of his army. That was not a smart attack. So Blood has managed to pick up his third and kill a large army. That's certainly good. But at the same time, we're seeing GB pick up his fourth and continue to get upgrades. It's also got a Hive. Maybe he's already got Crack upgrade. I don't know. I don't know what else he's going to use the Hive for. I don't see any other tech. I guess right now he could go for Defilers. Or maybe he's just thinking, I want to get +3 attack for everything. You know, I want to get +3 Hydra attack, but really there's a lot more things you can do with Lair Tech than just that. With Hive Tech, rather. He's going to pick up his 4th gas. That's going to be very powerful. And Blood really has not been offensive so far this game. He probably is going to try to now, but we'll see if this is too late. I mean, he did go for a couple of smaller attacks, but it's mainly harassment and wasn't successful. Ooh, slow overlords. That's not good. And we'll see how good, how well GB can play in the middle of the map. That's so important on Colosseum, is to be able to attack the Protoss player while he's moving around the middle, instead of allowing him to gain the benefit of a choke point, where his units, you know, space for space, are more powerful than yours. And of course, if you're fighting in the middle, you don't have to be all crowded up and storm bait. So the Protoss seems to be a loss to you know, make a decision about where to go. Sending probes to the upper left, maybe thinking about expanding there. I don't know if he knows about the bottom left yet, but if he knows about the bottom left, he should know to go there and try to take it out. Instead, though, he's just chilling in the middle and gonna get his probes killed by a couple of lings. Alright. But he has built up a large army. On the other hand, GB actually has built up a larger army. His food count is above the Protoss's. That's not good for the Protoss at all when that happens. It's a sign you're way behind, actually. Zerg is supposed to be way lower than Protoss. Or, yeah, at best, you know, equal. Anyway, looks like one-on-one combat here. Gonna have a duel, Dragoon versus Hydra. Dragoon wins. And +1 armor and +2 attack. And +1/+2 also for GB. Kind of confusing what Blood is doing. I mean, he's not really getting the run by that he wants to be able to do damage. He's got like a handful of zealots. This is going to do absolutely nothing, though. Not targeting this area, which could have been effective. So he's repositioning, but I mean, he's just repositioning. That's all he's doing. All right, now finally, he might actually go for an attack. Looks like Blood just concentrating on the High Templar. That's a smart move. Oh, ooh, Blood getting pieces of his army caught off and destroyed here, piece by piece. Oh man, though, but Blood. Sorry, rather, GB is getting his army destroyed piece by piece. Sorry, but Blood also losing more units than he should have in that attack. Anyway, I don't know why he's not going for it. He should go for it right now. There's not that much here. There's a Spire up now here too. But really, I think that was a good opportunity for Blood. Of course, he couldn't necessarily know that was the case. He's trying to put up cannons in this corner here. I think this is a big waste of minerals, though. It is going to be so hard to hold. Oh, man. Especially this, like, what is this? Why? Why would you move them? Why would you build, like, a corner full of cannons, like, so anyone can attack them from 3 directions? I don't understand. But, anyway, yeah, the cannons are going to go down to just a handful of Hydras here. With +3 does not hurt at all. And right now, it seems that this group of Hydras will get pocketed, though. It will get destroyed. So that's at least good. But Blood is way behind. Blood is now at a 5-3 deficit. Maybe 5-4 if he gets this up. But really, I just don't see him playing as well either as GB, to be honest. It's been a long couple of days for me, so finishing up these casts is a very good feeling. I get to take a few more breaks. Of course, I did I think 3 live casts in the course of 3 days. 2 today on Saturday, so it's been nuts. Anyway, so we're gonna be seeing what happens. +3 attack, +1 armor for Protoss, and +3/+2 for Zerg, ahead on upgrades, and definitely a powerful army here for both. The Zerg player has really not taken advantage of Hive, though. That's actually a mistake, I think. I don't see any Dark Swarm. I don't see any Plague. And I don't see any Ultras, certainly. So, really, he's just using Hydras. I mean, this guy loves his Hydras. Unfortunately, we haven't seen the best storms coming from Blood this game. His storms have been rather lackluster, and notice that he lost all of his Zealots because of his refusal to storm, or just inability to storm. I mean, he's got all these High Templar, but just not using them against these Hydras. I don't understand. Alright, finally he's got another storm, and that's going to clean up this force, but he certainly lost more than he needed to. He could have stormed a lot of that army away. Now only Dragoons are left, so if GB decides to transition into Lings, this army's going to go bye-bye. And no Archons either. I mean, he's keeping all these High Templar for no reason. So, we'll see. There's some good storms. There we go. That's what he needs to do. Storm them as they come. And there's another good storm. But he also needs to reinforce this group here. He's got a group chilling over there. And it seems that it's not gonna have time to catch up to these High Templar. That means he's not gonna have the Archons he wants out of these High Templar. That's a mistake. I mean, these kind of mistakes Blood cannot afford to make. Yeah, he comes out with what? 2 High Templar from that battle. 2 more waiting. But this was anytime he doesn't take out a base, basically he loses the battle, because it doesn't matter the balance of forces. If he can't take out a base, he's going to lose the game, basically. Because right now we're going to see, 6 base here going up for GB. And GB hasn't even taken advantage of Hive yet. And once he does, this army of Bloods is not going to go very far. So now he is starting to get the high-tech units. Defiler getting Consume, and also Ultralisk getting Speed. Blood, though, still, we're waiting on Blood to, try to just nail the hammer home somewhere. We'll see where it is, or when he decides to. I think he's been playing, I mean, not really passive, but kind of like, I would say actually a form of passive, because he should have just run in and just go for it. Don't fight in the middle of the map. It's not where the Protoss wants to be. Uh-oh. Ultra's coming out, and that's going to be trouble. Really, I mean, the Zerg is maxed. And Blood has, a strong army, but it's only going to be like one use, basically. He can use it once, and he needs to use it now. And usually as a Protoss, you want your army to stay alive forever. But I don't think it is going to stay alive forever. I think he needs to just try to puncture a hole, stab somewhere and hope it hits something important, basically. Instead, though, we're going to see a really passive game here, kind of from both players. So plus 3 armor done now, so fully upgraded units for GB. He's getting Plague also. Oh, he's going to set up a Doom Drop here. We'll see where he goes. The main is actually a pretty ripe target for Doom Drop. And, Blood likes to walk around and act like he's about to do something, and then not. It's like, kind of tricks me. Tricks the observers, Uh-oh. No Defilers, but certainly enough of everything else to kill off a lot of stuff. And we'll see what Blood's reaction is. He should probably go for a counter right now instead of trying to... Well, I guess no. I guess he feels like he needs to defend. But let's see this drop. Oh, 1 Pact Overlord going down, though. That's not going to help. I don't think this drop's actually going to do much. But it is going to distract Blood. I don't think it's going to take out much. Okay, it'll take out a Nexus, maybe. But that Nexus, of course, already mined out. It's going to stop a little bit of gas flow, I guess. And actually, no, he dropped in a nice place. All right, another simultaneous attack at the upper left. GB is just all over the place. And where the hell is Blood's army? At least save one of your bases. This should not have been allowed to happen, this upper left attack. Wow, I'm amazed. So Blood just having horrible multitasking this game. And this looks like it could be it here for the Korean team here. Unfortunately, this small drop has managed to carve out the insides of his base. Wow, Templar Archives goes down, and with that, I think that is game. Ooh, wow. I cannot believe, I'm sorry I was not paying attention to what this group was doing. I thought it was attacking, or at least, stopping other units from killing him, but it wasn't. It was getting nowhere. Didn't block the attack at either the upper left or the top right. So right now, these Ultralisks, man, they are so buff. Just check that out. That is what happens when you have full upgrades. That is brutal. And it looks like KAIST in huge trouble. I still don't know what's going on. How did this tiny group that dropped manage to do so much damage? And the Lings are not even paying attention, but that's alright. So it looks like it is pretty much it here. That is going to be it. Nexus trying to be rebuilt. I mean, the main's gone, the natural's gone, and basically there's like one base here, and it's almost gone. Oh, storm your own probes. Oh, wow. Bad, bad, bad. You know, this leads me to have to say again, I think KAIST, maybe their problem was that they just didn't like have time or the will to assemble a really good team. I do think that, honestly, at your average college in Korea, of any size, you can find a better team than what we see here being sent up for them, because this was really an underwhelming performance from a Korean university, and that is unfortunate. You know, obviously, while we didn't want them to win, you know, just like without the other teams having a chance at all, obviously we didn't want to see them put up a rather scrubby team. So, no offense, of course. I mean, obviously this team, probably everyone here could beat the crap out of me, but GG coming from Blood. But certainly a lot of mistakes were made, and this means, of course, that Tsinghua University will move on to the semifinals, which we have casts of that are going to go up right now. They are going to face Beijing University in the semis. So do stick around and check them out on Violattack. Thank you for watching. Cholera signing out.